as we were looking out through that window, there was just like the sky turned orange. Now, I don't know why the sky turned orange. There was no reason for the sky to turn orange at 2 a.m. in the morning, and we decided there was a forest fire. But we thought that the forest fire would spread if we went to bed, and it would burn out our cabins, and we would all die. What's going on, everyone? Derek Monster here, back in with another Pixelmon video. Today we're gonna keep exploring so we can get some more materials, and I'm gonna tell you about my sophomore year of Jazz Retreat. Last episode I told you my freshman year of Jazz Retreat, and today I'm gonna tell you my sophomore year. But if you're enjoying the series, leave a like on this video because it helps me out, and also hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. But today, as I said, we're gonna be exploring, and I'm gonna be telling you my 10th grade year of Jazz Retreat. So I haven't done anything off screen. I thought about maybe doing some house renovations. There's a hole in the wall up there now. What the hell? I don't know. I thought about doing some renovations on this house off screen. I don't know if I should do that off screen or on screen. But let's just random TP. Actually, do I have the... Yeah, I do have some stuff. Okay. That's good. Anyway, I'm going to tell you about 10th grade Jazz Retreat. This one doesn't really involve anything like what happened last time, but I thought I might as well still tell it because it kind of gets a little crazy. So it starts out kind of how the last story started out. You go home, pack up your stuff, and you go to school to grab a bus. You stop before you get on the ferry to get food. It's not really that relevant in the story to see what we got. Food, I don't think we got Domino's this time. I think we actually went to Subway this time. But yeah, there is a little part that involves Tyler, but it's not very relevant. But it's kind of funny, but it's not like anything he did last time. But yeah, so once we get to the camp, they assign cabins like they always do. But yeah, we get there, they assign cabins, and we go put our bags in the cabin. Nothing really happens. This time I actually remembered my medication, but I was still even more crazy, even with my medication. But I didn't take them in the afternoon, otherwise I would be up all night. So I only have to take one in the morning, so they would wear off usually sometime in the afternoon / evening. So that's when I would go kind of like crazy. I did get a little crazy when medication wore off in the afternoon, right? And since we got there Friday night, my medication was already kind of worn off, so I started going basically ballistic. But we went down to the pavilion like we always do. I introduced myself, and I was feeling good until we got back to the cabin that night, and I started, for whatever reason, I started trying to like, I was trying to like roast Drew, but I was trying to rap at the same time. Which wasn't going that well, but we decided not to stay up late the first night like we did last time. But yeah, we decided not to stay up the first night like we did the previous year because we wanted to get some sleep, so we weren't tired the next day. But yeah, that night I was kind of just screaming at the top of my lungs and trying to rap and kind of cuss Drew out. I don't know really what I said. But then the next day, nothing really big happened, but it was more of like a night thing of what actually happened. So the day goes by as usual, we practice all day, blah blah, all that, then game time or whatever comes by. Sophomore year doesn't have that much details that I don't remember much about. I just remember that the one night that I'm gonna tell you about. I don't know why I put his Twitch there. I don't remember that one night, and that was the second night. So when we get done practicing, we go back to the cabin, we hang out there, and basically this is the night that everything went down and the tradition actually started. So Drew was like, I'll give you an hour to write up some rap lyrics, because we were gonna have a rap battle. So an hour goes by. I basically didn't write anything. I just kind of just started roasting him without even trying to rap. And honestly, I can't remember what I said that night because I was off of medication, as I said. But we started rapping, and he won the rap battle, of course. But you know, that was okay. And we kind of just, you know, started telling stories. Everybody else tried freestyle rapping, but we sat there, you know, just telling stories. And then I think it was me, but I saw like a shadowy figure outside, and I was like, dude, there's someone outside watching us, because we had the lights on and stuff. It wasn't really a dark cabin, but we had the lights on and stuff. And I thought I kept seeing like shadows outside, like of people. Yeah, I don't know what I was exactly seeing, but I was seeing something, and I'll stick to my word that day that I was seeing something move outside. I didn't know what it was. And I think I came to the conclusion that it might be a ghost. But who knows? It's been a long time. But then I started just yelling out randomly, I want a boat, bitch. Just standing on the single bed that wasn't a bunk bed. I was just like, I want a boat, bitch. Yeah. I mean, I was off of meds, and usually when I was off of meds, I kind of went ballistic. Usually. Now I don't even take my meds anymore, and I can kind of control myself. But, yeah, I usually went fucking ape shit anytime I did that. Anyway, so we were there hanging out, and then Hayden, one of our cabin mates, decided to fall asleep. So Drew decided to grab his Bluetooth speaker. Hayden was a freshman, we were sophomores. So this was the sophomore freshman cabin, except this time we were the sophomores. And what's funny is all four of us, well, except Tyler, were kind of in jazz band all together, so we kind of always had the same cabin every year, so that was pretty cool. We kind of all knew each other. Yeah, Drew grabbed his Bluetooth speaker and he put it next to Hayden's head because Hayden was asleep and we didn't want him to fall asleep. And then he starts playing the John Cena's theme song, like from the beginning, you know, and then it becomes bass boosted when it, you know, when actually the beat drops or whatever it is. And then we tried to wake Hayden up, and Hayden really didn't wake up. But yeah, Hayden really didn't wake up to a John Cena theme song, so we kind of abandoned that idea. I mean, he woke up a little bit, but he was like, what the fuck are you guys doing? So we kind of just stopped it, because we thought we were going to get more of a reaction out of him, but we didn't. So we kind of just sat there, kept yelling, I want a boat, bitch, every now and then, as I do. And then the weirdest thing happened, like, now, we had a theory that it was the sun, but as we progressed through the night, we realized it was not the sun. Because the sun does not come up at 2 a.m. in the morning. Now, we kind of looked outside, and there was this cabin that was still awake. And we didn't know why they were still awake, because it wasn't a cabin that we were using. Or the students were using. So we were like, why are the adults up? Because they were like, they could see us, but we had our lights off, like we were supposed to be asleep, but they had their lights on. So we were kind of confused. But as we were looking out through that window, there was just like the sky turned orange. Now, I don't know why the sky turned orange. There was no reason for the sky to turn orange at 2 a.m. in the morning, and we decided there was a forest fire. Because we were on an island, and you know, it did have some trees in a forest, so we thought there was a forest fire, and we were like, what the fuck, what do we do? What what should we do? I mean, we're 16-year-olds, right? No, we're not 16, we're 14 and 15. Why did I say 16? We were 14 and 15, and basically we were teenagers. We didn't know what the fuck to do. We thought the forest was on fire. We thought we were all gonna die because it would spread and eventually burn down our cabins, because our cabins were log cabins, you know. So we thought, well, I mean, I guess any house would burn down, but we thought that the forest fire would spread if we went to bed, and it would burn down our cabins and we would all die. Stupid, huh? Needless to say, we thought we were gonna die, so we kind of stayed up for as long as we can, just watching the sky, just trying to figure out why the sky was orange. You know, at first we thought it was the sun, but we're like, what time is it? It was 2 in the morning. The sun doesn't come up until 6, I believe. It's 5 in the summer, but since it was winter because it was January the next year, it wouldn't have come up until 6. So we were like, why is the sky orange? We were so confused. We didn't know what was going on. We thought we were gonna die. We kind of just stayed up. Turns out we did not die, but we stayed up as much as we could. And there's just one thing I remember happening, and this involves Tyler, but Tyler did something that was kind of just funny altogether, not as fucked up as last time. What happened is he decided, but yeah, we decided, everyone started falling asleep after we saw the sky around 3 o'clock, you know. I eventually went to lay down on a bed. Oh, this was another part. Everybody passed out, but not on their own bed. Except Hayden. I think he passed out on his bed. But I remember I went to go sit down on one of the bottom bunks, which wasn't my bed. And I remember I passed out on that bottom bed with just a blanket, and the blanket wasn't even like over me, it was just like next to me. So the whole night it was cold too. I mean, it was January, so of course it was cold. But I remember Steven, not the same guy, a different Steven, or Stefan, I think is how he pronounced his name. Stefan, that's how his name was pronounced. He fell asleep on the top bunk, which wasn't his bed. Someone fell asleep on the top bunk that wasn't their bed, and I can't remember if it was him or not. Anyway, someone fell asleep on the top bunk that wasn't their bed, and they were like hanging over the edge. Ryan, who was in our cabin, he passed out on the floor, I think. I don't know where everybody else was on the other side of the cabin, because I was only on one side of the cabin. Everybody else was like on the other side. I know Ryan passed out on the floor, but Cameron, which we've talked about in many videos, and he was in a little bit of Binary Encryption Season 3. He was on Jazz Retreat. This was like the first time he joined Jazz Band, and then that was the only time he was in Jazz Band. But he went to bed, and he woke up at like 6 a.m. right? And we were supposed to get up at like 7. I can't remember exactly when we were supposed to get up. I think in the last video I said we were supposed to get up at 6. I don't think that was the case. It might have been. Actually, no, we were supposed to get up at 6. We were supposed to be down there by 7. But Kim was the only one that woke up at 6, because everybody else was up for basically the whole night until everybody passed out. But apparently Tyler decided to stay up the whole night, and he looked out from his bed, and on the other side of the cabin, he was on one side of the cabin, and Tyler was on the other. On the other side of the cabin, he saw Tyler huddled up in the corner, just with his DS to like this close to his face, playing Smash. Because that was when Smash came out for the 3DS, and everybody was going crazy about it and played it and everything. But Tyler was just up at like 6 in the morning when we were supposed to get up, still awake from the night before, playing Smash. I don't know what prompted him to do that. But yeah, Tyler was up at 6, and then all I remember is Hayden shaking me and waking me up. I'm like, what the fuck time is it, dude? It's like 6:30. We have 30 minutes to get down to Pavilion. And I was like, what the fuck happened? And then I looked over, and everybody was like not in their beds, but they were like slowly waking up on someone else's bed, including me. I was on someone else's bed, and apparently I was like, wait, how the fuck did I get here? I was like, what happened? I was so dazed and confused until afterwards I figured out what actually went down. And some of us that actually got some sleep kind of explained it, or some of us that still remember kind of explained kind of what happened. And I'm just telling the tale of it. But yeah, we had a rap battle. Drew won because I was just yelling nonsense. Don't really remember anything. Junior year is a lot more crazy. I remember a lot more from junior year than I did sophomore year. Junior year, I forgot my meds completely, so I was all out of whack the whole fucking day. I mean, it was just fucking crazy. But yeah, we went down to the pavilion. Everything was kind of just how it is. I took my medication that morning, so I was good until we kind of got home. That's all I remember really of sophomore year. Sophomore year wasn't... Nothing really big happened, you know? But the rap tradition is one thing that happened, and we kind of made that tradition every year. We would do a rap battle, and since there's 2 more years left, we did do a rap battle both those years, and I guess I'll tell the story of who won those rap battles, you know, in the next couple episodes. I don't really have much else to say about sophomore year. Sophomore year wasn't that interesting, but it was still a little crazy. At least for me, I remember going fucking ballistic. But yeah, actually, let's go home and let's do those house renovations that I wanted to do. Okay, first thing I want to do is outside my house, I want to build... I just want to extend this pathway to go to my house. There we go. Downstairs, I want to take out this because this no longer is the wall. I might still leave that though. It might be nice to have a little indent like that. Yeah, I think this was part of the wall too, but now that wall doesn't exist because I did expand my house. Okay, now I want to replace the floor with a... Now, I'm pretty sure I didn't fill this in. It's just like a hole. Yep. Start filling this in. Yeah, I think the andesite looks fine. It'll work. Except it doesn't help that I didn't fill this in, but it's good that I didn't fill it in because I kind of want like an underground laboratory. I mean, what I'm in, it's not underground, but since my house is elevated, I guess it kind of feels like it. But I mean, I don't have full permission of that underground. It's only the space that I didn't fill in on how you get under there is the only permission I guess I don't have. But I'm pretty sure I can just fit everything in this house. You know, all the contraptions and stuff. Yep, just enough. There we go. We got a nice new, kind of like a tile floor for a basement. Nice. Anyway, I think I'm gonna leave it off here. I've been recording only for a little while, but you know, a shorter episode, you know, works. I've been recording for 27 minutes. I guess I did cut a lot of stuff out, you know, stuff where it was stuttering or it was silent, you know. That's kind of how I'm doing these Pixelmon videos, putting more editing into it, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it off here. I'll probably work on my roof off screen, that way you guys don't have to see it. But yeah, that's it for this video. I want to thank you guys all for watching. Remember to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Also hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. But yeah, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.